We often receive questions from both applicants and programs whether or not they are permitted to send letters of interest to each other during the recruitment process. The Match Participation Agreement does not explicitly prohibit an applicant or a program from exchanging letters of interest to each other. However, the Match Participation Agreement does state that applicants and programs should not attempt to influence each other's ranking decisions before or during the matching process.
Our program does not send letters of interest following the interview, and that comes from a desire to minimize the burden on students. I've been told by our residents that this long and tedious process really begins to wear on folks, and the need to respond to emails just adds to that burden.
We try to keep things very straightforward and clean, so we don't offer any post-interview communication. We don't offer any second looks. I don't want anything to be misconstrued either positively or negatively by any applicant. So everything ends on interview day.
More and more specialties are coming out with specialty-specific guidelines. I know there are some specialties that have specifically said, we do not want you to send letters of intent. And so if your specialty has made that decision, I think it's important to stick with those guidelines or recommendations, unless you have a really good reason to reach out to the program about an update or some other feature that isn't reflected through your application.
Post-interview communication may be necessary for an applicant to ask additional questions that time didn't permit during the interview, and a program may wish to seek clarification about an aspect of an application. Both parties may also want to share genuine sentiment about the interview experience. Applicants and programs can, under match policy, volunteer how they feel about the other and whether they intend to rank them. But neither applicants nor programs can request that information. Bottom line, if you engage in post-interview communication, make sure you are expressing sincere information, but also be mindful that impressions can change over the interview cycle, and be sure to rank in order of true preference. Want to know more? You can always reach us at policy@nrmp.org.